What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action. Look at that cheeky micro there from Moore. He's cute. I don't know what he did, but he finished the economic guild. He garrisoned the village and ungarrisoned it in like the blink of an eye. Yes, he's playing as an Oranos. His opponent today in the blue color playing as Set. His name is Skady. I think I mentioned that normally you don't see Skady playing Set very much, but when you do see Skady playing Set, it's always an exciting time to be alive. Always an exciting time to be alive. We have found ourselves a relic over here. It is the Scarab Pendant plus 100% Scarab and Behemoth and Portable Ram and Heliopolis and Siege Tower damage versus buildings. Beautiful. Water Buffalo. Found. Secured. Oracle. Getting attacked at this point. We've got a raging debate going on right now in the chat, which I also agree with. The first, we actually see something kind of different from Moore here. No, he's just doing the standard builds. But the first port of call, I believe, for the first villager that comes out of the town center should always be the oak tree, because you can always choose to stop chopping wood and go over onto the hunt, but you are the first villager that is on this hunt. If you send it straight after the economic guild onto a deer, it will be gathering. How long does hunting dogs? It's 20 seconds, right? Yeah. So you will be gathering from that hunt for maybe not necessarily 20 seconds, but probably like the amount of time it takes to get over and shoot the deer. So you at least get 10 seconds of gather time on a deer where you don't have that hunting dogs in. So going after a tree and chopping down some tree early or some forest early, and then potentially going over to the gold mine later and putting everyone over onto the food first does tend to be a better idea, in my opinion, for the early game as Atlantean. So if you're a budding Atlantean player, it might be worthwhile experimenting a little bit just to get a little bit more, squeeze that little bit extra out of your civilization. As we do see Skady getting very, very active with his animals of Set in this game. He's taken out oracles left, right, and center, causing lots of pressure there, continuing to convert these water buffalo. Let's check out the town centers here for Skady. He's got a very, very weak town center over here with not a whole lot on it. There's no hunt on it. This gold mine's really far away from it. He's not going to be wanting that town center. And also over in the middle of the map in a very, very confusing fashion. No hunt really on this town center here. There is hunt to the top, there is hunt to the bottom, but it's really far away. So for Skady to go for a second town center here, he's going to be finding himself in a very, very difficult position. We do see him going for a house trap here. It's really important to make sure that your trap doesn't put the tower in the middle of the trap, because if you pull in unit not named Terma, they'll be able to take this one out. We'll see how things are going to go. As the Oracle, the Aina does get taken out, and all is good. As Prometheus is on the way now for more. Very, very stock standard advance time here, it seems. Not a 4-minute advance time, a 4:30. Moving over onto wood. After that, he's eating the water buffalo in his base. It is kind of important for Oranos against Set to respect a set aggression in the early stages of the game. Now, Skady isn't going for it. He's going for a town center. But, wait, which town center is he going for? This one? He might be. No, surely not. Granary coming up. The reason it's important to respect Set in the early game as Oranos is because if they shifting sands into your base, things can be really, really tough. And we see a barracks coming down here for Skady. He is going very, very aggressive here. This is great to see. I love this from Skady. Barracks, no fear, straight into the middle of the map, ready to put pressure on. The question is going to be, what can Moore do to defend against this kind of early game aggression here? Not only that, you also have to remember that Skady does have a shifting sands here as well, so he can put pressure on. He can shift away the enemy units into his main base, into this box that he's created. As we do see Vision getting dropped down into the main base for Moore. And Moore is going to start getting some damage taken as these villagers have to retreat back into the main base. Getting a lot of idle time. Probably won't get a villager kill here, but that villager literally... I thought that villager disappeared into the tree, but it just teleported into the tower there. As Valor does get dropped down. Spearmen getting built out in their mass here. As Skady has gone for this double barracks shenanigans. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Because you're just always sitting on such a low HP, as we do see the shifting sands coming in. As the Spearman gets dropped in, the units will not be able to retreat out of here. And you will end up losing that. Good play there from Skady, picking off every single one of those hero units as the Terma that are coming in onto this position starting to get a lot of damage done as the Pharaoh comes through to try and deal with that Promethean as well. Or just picking off the Terma isn't a bad idea there. As the Spearman drops out, you're going to start shanking down that Terma while he's not paying attention. It's a lot of population to waste in here. It looks like Moore's going to lose that one without dealing any more damage over there. As Skady continuing to move forward. Does keep control of his units here. And the Terma end up falling in the main base there. Skady, big advantage thus far with this early game. I absolutely love this play. The next thing that he can do is he can start sending villagers forward to try and put towers down onto this gold mine over here. If he knows that that's there, as he does find these villagers over here. They do have a retreat path into that manor, but he doesn't manage to get there in time, losing one citizen there. And Skady will have to retreat back here. Meanwhile, we've got a whole bunch of Terma out here. Now, Spearmen, they do counter the Terma, but the Terma can snipe Spearmen very easily here. Spearmen do have 20% pierce armor, but these Terma, they're going to be a big pain here as the Spearmen come in onto the back, going to be forcing those Terma out of here. Good little attempt there from Skady to catch that, as we do see the shockwave coming in. As Moore's going to get a whole bunch of damage done, but the Pharaoh gets so much damage done from behind, plus those animals of Set getting involved here as well. And Moore has to retreat back yet again, and now we're going to start seeing slingers coming out for Skady as a third barracks going to get dropped down as well. As he's continuing to put pressure on. There's another Valor getting dropped in, another 3 Terma coming in to cause some pressure here. Dealing with that Wadget is going to be a really, really big thing here as well. As Moore's now moving up to the top side of the map, he will spot these Spearmen over here, so he can take those out. He does find this Terma over here, manages to snipe that one. As both players trading kind of 1-for-1 here at the very best for Moore. That's great for Skady here at this point. His Spearmen it costs so much. They're so much cheaper than the Terma. Terma are 95 resources, whereas a Spearman is only 70 resources. And while it is food, and it is Egyptian versus Atlantean, it's still a good trade. As the counter barracks over here starting to get targeted down. Skady's got to be a little bit careful to keep his Wadget alive over here, starting to get shot a little bit by those Terma here as the Promethean does get taken down. The Wadget going to be just about sniped down. Good play there from Moore as he's retreating back, just about to lose a couple more Terma for that though. He does manage to snipe the hero Terma. No, it stays alive with 10 HP as it gets back over here. Going to start getting some more shots done. As he does leave the Dwarven Calipers there. It is a great relic to get picked up. There's other relics here. Titan's Treasure, not the best. And the Head of Orpheus, also not the best, as well as the Scarab Pendant here. Scarab Pendant is also really good, especially when you combine it with Dwarven Calipers. Both players ignoring relics in this game. Not the best. Both of those relics affect your siege weapons in a huge way. There's more going to be retreating back. And Skady is trying to circle around here to snipe villagers that are sneakily in this location. But Moore is slowly but surely catching up here in terms of production as the Spearmen do spot these villagers over here. They might get another citizen kill as Skady is having to retreat back, but this is a lot of damage the Moore is getting as Skady turns around, trying to take this fight as best as he can. The citizen over here is trying to make a run for it. Skady needs to micro this a little bit because these Spearmen are not getting as much damage done as they possibly can. As the citizen here will end up falling here, or inevitably falling here, it will seem. So 3 kill. Oh, is he going to get it? He needs to get one more shot. Okay, gets one more shot, retreating back. And now Skady's got to be like, well, what do I do now? He's going to start garrisoning into this barracks here. His villagers are down the bottom, happily eating the water buffalo on this side. He's going to be idling 4 citizens here. That's huge. Idling 4 citizens for I don't know how long. One very low HP citizen over here, and Skady sees it immediately. He's going to be taking that out immediately. More looks like he's trying to go for a town center here. A couple more citizens going to be getting taken out on this position here as Skady is going to happily attempt to snipe this one down. Not going to quite be able to as the slingers are out and Moore has to retreat back home here. Is this good enough for Moore? He's lost a lot of citizen in this game thus far, but he's still 15 villagers to Skady's 35. So technically speaking, if you times the 14 by 3, still a slight advantage in terms of economic income compared to those other villagers of Skady here. Skady's got just a touch more catching up to do to be in an equal position economically, especially because he's Egyptian and also set to boot. But Moore going to be getting himself the second town center. He's got to feel like he's not in that bad of a position here. As the Terma just going to be hanging out on here, defending this one. As the Terma coming through over here, looking for some more villagers to kill. I'm surprised we didn't see Skady move over onto this hump with his villagers, as his villagers get caught out pretty brutally here. Still trying to push forward, trying to take down the Terma over here as well as the villagers moving over onto this gold mine. Citizens also moving down to the bottom here, could go into this gold mine or sneak this hunt here as well. As the slingers trying to get back here, trying to snipe Terma. The Terma are too agile. 5.5 speed means they can dodge everything they would like. He's circling around trying to find something to do with those units, but mostly he's just distracting. He's grabbing gold from both of these gold mines over here. He's going to start spamming out those Promethean, it would seem. Where's the temple? It's got no temple. It's over here. Promethean starting to come out. That's going to be huge. There are 3 priests here for Skady, but are 3 priests in the classical age enough? That's the question, as we do see a watchtower attempting to come down here for Skady, but is that too little, too late? As more Terma coming back in here, going to start taking villagers out. Snipes one villager very fast. Finishes off a spearman there without taking any damage. Good micro there from Moore. He's controlling this game, or dealing with the pace that which Skady has set here very, very nicely. As this crocodile is an aggressive boy here. He takes out 2 villagers of Skady there as he's trying to sneak in, and we do see a watchtower coming down here for Moore, as both players are going to be attempting to watchtower each other on this location. Now, villagers do pick off watchtowers very, very fast, as Skady is trying to push in here. Can he win this fight? Villagers try and sneak in onto the Carabalus and not able to get over there fast enough. The Slinger's doing good damage onto the Terma of Moore, but Moore is in a great position here. The priest getting taken out, and Skady has to retreat back here at this point. As the villagers here going down as well, and Skady has found himself starting this game off really, really well, but not able to continue here with the pressure that he wants to be putting onto Moore here, as he's still trying to push forward. But I mean, Moore is he's going to be completely fine here. Another tower coming up, just making sure that he's in a good position, just playing nice and defensively, and just understanding that really the difficulty here is for the set player trying to make this work. So now we've got 20 citizens, 36 villagers. After that big attempted push there, Moore's got to be really, really happy with the position he's in, as Skady's spearmen do get spotted over there as they're trying to find their way over onto these citizens here. Will he be able to pick off a citizen? He's going to have to trade a lot of spearmen here to pick off these citizens. He's going for it, though. He picks off one. He's going to continue to chase these away and see if he can get a couple more picks here, but it looks like the Terma are more than happy to chase this down, as the villagers for Skady going to move forward and grab this town center. Game is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Moore is still, he's not on the back foot, but he's technically on the back foot. If Skady can get the town centers up, hold on here, he may be able to hold this game till the late game. That's got to be the game plan here for Skady at some point. If you can get late game, start making things like rhinoceros out of the ferry, using feral upgrade, getting maybe even crocodiles. and all that good stuff here. Whereas, I mean, Moore, he's just going to be so hyper accelerated now. He's got so many villages on top of what Skady's got, and he just hasn't really had to build as many units as Skady has in this game. And now he's going to start going after the raids. He sees this gold mine here. I'm not sure if this Oracle spots the mining camp, but he has his spidey senses nonetheless coming through as the spearmen do find their way back over here. Going to try and pick off a citizen or two as the slingers coming through here to try and defend this one as best as they can, as the citizen is making its way over to the safety of those Terma here. And Skady says, all right, time to retreat back. We see a palace getting dropped over here. Hesperid's tree coming down as the slingers are getting some good damage done onto those Terma over there. Town center up now for Skady. He's ready to jump to the next age. He's no longer building units, but he is going for the big fights here. Gotta love the commitment there to the continued pressure. But now the Cairo Ballaster are back in. He's going to have to retreat back. And I imagine the heroic age is going to be coming through very shortly for Skady here. He's got to his second town center. His villages over here are very, very bare. But he's got to the second town center. He's going heroic age. And he's happily eating all of this hunt over here while these units getting distracted. Turns around, gets a little bit more damage done onto this Oranos army. But more now, he's taking it slowly. He's getting himself the settlement here. He's got himself hand axe, shaft mine, plow, farms dropped down. He does have a little bit of hunt up here as well. Starting to make Contarius out as well from the barracks to help him out in this one. As these granaries are getting destroyed here very, very quickly. As Skady searching around here, we do see the Stymphalian birds coming through. Will Skady spot this with his army? Looks like he doesn't. Stymphalian birds, he does actually spot it, but a little bit late there. And Stymphalian bird lives another day. He probably should have fallen there, but not quite on top of it. As the Terma goes down on this position, look at the slingers trying to take out a Dryad. Just does no damage. It just survives for so long. The slingers are so bad. As the spearmen do find their way back over here, going to attempt to pick off the citizen here as the Terma trying to hold this. They do a lot of damage to these spearmen. Can he pick off this citizen here? He does get another kill. Every kill here is a big deal for the Egyptian here to try and find his way into this game. Thanks so much for the 2 months. Fuchsia Fire. Appreciate you, my friend. As the Ancestors comes down, pushing off this gold mine, putting pressure onto this gold mine as well. Contarius coming out here trying to deal with these slingers, but the Ancestors is doing some good damage to Moore's units over here. As Moore's just about to lose this citizen, we do see a palace coming down on this position as well, as Moore might be attempting to grab this town center for himself when all is said and done. Do we see a Migdol anywhere? No Migdol just yet for Skady. He's happily going to be sitting with these classical units. Look at the score differential here as Moore is just getting further and further ahead in terms of score. He hasn't really got a tangible advantage, meaning he doesn't have town center control. He doesn't have map control. He doesn't have gold control here. But he's got 3 town centers. He's got a huge economy. He's in the heroic age. He's getting fortified town centers. He's at 145 of 145 population. He's got to be happy about the position he's in at the moment. As the Terma searching around here again. And more, like we said, he's going for this town center, or preventing Skady from ever picking that town center up here. And this army of Moore just converted itself from an army of mass Terma into an army of Contarius and Destroyers. The army is now so strong for Moore moving forward here. There's the Terma trying to fight their way in here. There's also a random Destroyer that can try and take out the temple eventually. There's more Contarius are coming through. And is Skady trying to get Mythic Age here? Is that the idea? Doesn't look like he's quite got the resources. He's about out of hunt over here. He does have the hunt in the middle of the map to boot. These units over here going to be picking off everything on this position as the Priest and Pharaoh coming through to try and finish off this Stymphalian. But look at that damage coming through. Almost able to finish that one off, but does retreat it nicely. As these slingers literally tickle the heavy destroyers. It takes around about 165 attacks to kill this destroyer. 165 seconds for one slinger to kill one destroyer. That's how long it takes. As the villagers come over here, they do get spotted. As they're trying to grab this hunt on this position. As you do see the spearmen coming through to try and pick off these citizen over here. But the shockwave comes down. The town center comes up. More is 4 town centers. Huge economy. And in a fantastic position. What can Skady do here? What can Skady do? Pushing off gold is sometimes the best way to play. Pressuring all the gold mines is sometimes the best way to play when you're only on 2 town centers. This gold mine over here is open for pressure. There's 10 citizen on there. But fighting your opponent's army head on tends to not really work out that well for you. But we'll see how it's going to go. With more going mostly into Contarius and there being a ton of heavy spearmen, it might be enough for Skady to kind of hold in these positions as the destroyers moving forward onto this position to try and take out that Migdol Stronghold. Looks like the Migdol Stronghold is kind of getting slowed down here, but it looks like it's still going to be coming through. Whether or not it's going to finish and stay up is another story. As we do see a cheeky spearman raid coming over here. Look at that 8 HP villager. 2 watchtowers on this position as well. There's more spearmen coming through there to take some villagers out. But Skady right now, 0 resources in the bank. 99 population of 140 to Moore's 170 population, plus with a few resources in the bank to boot. He is spamming units out so fast, and Skady just has got nothing left to defend himself. His Migdol stronghold dies. His gold mine is about to get pushed off. The destroyers are so absurdly strong right now. You need axemen to deal with them, and Skady just does not have them here as he taps out. And GG. Well played by Moore, gets the dub. Skady's hyper-aggressive Egyptian fight here with Set just could not quite get the victory here. He's shifting Sandslow's Terma back over. He did so much damage. He picked off so many citizen early. But in the end, he was hurting his own economy quite a bit by going for that strategy. And that allowed Moore to just not overcommit to anything, snipe some units. He picked off some villages himself as well, and he managed to keep things relatively equal in that early game. As you can see, look at the resource advantage here for the Oranos here. Obviously, it's Atlantean. That's what's going to happen. You have to get around that way somehow, some way, and Skady just could not work it out in this game. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.